Perhaps the most stark contrast between the glory of God and the impacts of this fallen world when it comes to the coming of Jesus, perhaps the most stark contrast can be found in Matthew chapter 2, verse 13 to 18. So let's turn over in our Bibles to Matthew 2, and we're going to read verse 13 to 18. It says, "When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. 'Get up,' he said. 'Take this child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him.' So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, 'Out of Egypt I called my son.' When Herod realized that he had been outwitted by the Magi, he was furious, and he gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping in great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more." You know, on the one hand, you're just seeing the glory of God, the greatness of God. You know, God is working miracles. God is bringing a Savior. God is actually saving the Savior from disaster. He uses wise men to come and visit and provide them with the funding that they needed. Then he uses an angel to come and warn them of the impending doom. And then they're able to take that funding and take the warning from the angel and get up and leave off to Egypt and protect Jesus. Such a great story of God moving and just being the awesome God that he is. And at the same time, through King Herod, we see the rebellion against God. I mean, Herod had this unbridled temper, this greed, this power, this murderous attitude. And as a result, he sent the soldiers there to Bethlehem to kill all the young men that were 2 years old and younger. I mean, what a horrible tragedy. And here is a great place in the Bible to see the stark contrast between the awesomeness of God, the glory of God, and the evil of man. You know, those people in Bethlehem, they experienced it on that day. You know, what about us? When we come into the Christmas season, you know, we experience this as well. Both the awesomeness of God and the struggle of being in this fallen world. For example, we think about the joy of having a Savior. It's fantastic to celebrate his birthday. It's fantastic to celebrate the impact that Jesus has had on the world all the way through the centuries. It's incredible, even down to celebrating the impact that he's had on our own personal lives. It's fantastic to celebrate the blessings that we've received because of what Jesus has done for us and the love that God has shown for us. It's fantastic that we can embrace the hope of a brighter future and to know that, you know what, this isn't all that we have. This fallen world isn't the end of the story. To know that we have a future, an eternal future with God, where we don't have all the struggles of the fallen world, where we can just enjoy the glory of being in his presence and the joy that comes along with that. And so we have that on one hand, and on the other hand, we have the impacts of a fallen world. We deal with loneliness. We deal with depression. We have to deal with the losses that we've experienced, all kinds of losses, whether it was a loss of a job or a loss of a family member or a loss of another relationship that was important to us. We have to deal with the hurts and the pains that we feel from different things that have happened in our life. We have to deal with the strains of just the regular strains of making it day to day in life, paying our bills, taking care of our futures, taking care of our health, so many different things. We have to deal with the disappointments that we faced and the ones that have been profound in our life. And all of those things come together. And as a result of dealing with this mix of all the great joy and the good things that we celebrate around Christmas, along with all these hardships and things that come to our mind as the Christmas holiday comes upon us. It's really important that we take care of ourselves. And it's equally important that we decide to take care of others, to take care of those who are around us.